hypothetically, we're live. What's going on, chat? Hello, hello. So, I forgot to put on headphones. Give me 2 seconds, because that's the whole thing. How are we doing today, everyone? Obviously, there was that big ol' Nintendo direct, but for Mario, so it wasn't like an actual direct, but it was a sort of direct about, Mario and the future of that game, and this is all falling apart, and you guys can see this live on stream, so I'm glad you guys are here. All right, so we have the headphones. Oh my god. So I wanted to originally react to this live with you guys, of course. That was the plan, that was the hope. However, I had to go into class early today. And for those of you who don't know, which I don't think any of you do, I have film classes, right? But they're super early in the morning. They're at like 7. Well, they're at 8, but I have to get ready and go by 7. And so having to react to the direct in there, I wasn't able to find time. But thankfully, I have the time now, and I was like, perfect, we'll just react to it real quick for people who haven't seen it, or if you have, you can see my reaction, and then we'll go in and just deep dive and talk about it and my thoughts. So, right now, no spoilers in the chat, please. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Jaden? How's it going, everyone? I'm just gonna check and see how this looks on the channel. Hypothetically, I think it should be chill. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, sweet. But how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I hope we're doing well. Tony, how's it going? What's up, Cristobal? Honestly, I haven't watched it. Oh, there we go. What's up, Omar? Okay, who's ready to watch this? Because I hope you are. It's going to be a good time. Let me just make sure that everything is going to, and you guys are going to be able to see it. Multi-output device, of course. Okay, here we go, chat. Is everyone excited? Is everyone ready? I am, so I hope you are. So let's check this baby out.
Ooh, so exciting!
This is loud, huh?
Welcome to the Flower Kingdom, a not-so-distant land just beyond the Mushroom Kingdom.
Ooh.
Mario and friends were invited here by the benevolent Prince Florian.
Cute.
Bowser, the king of the Koopas, had other plans.
No.
With just a single touch of the mysterious Wonder Flower.
Ooh. Okay, so this is like a big gimmick.
Bowser merged with Prince Florian's castle.
Dang. This looks kind of badass, I'm gonna be honest. Holy moly. Bowser's gotta chill. What? Oh no!
Thanks to his new
So you're rescuing the Toads at each and every...
across the land.
That's a cool overworld. I like it. I like it a lot.
It's up to Mario and friends to stop Bowser and save the Flower Kingdom.
That's so cute.
In this presentation, we'll go over what's new in Mario's latest 2D side-scrolling adventure, the Super Mario Bros. Wonder Game. Let's jump in.
The Flower Kingdom.
This is the Flower Kingdom. It's made
Cute.
up of 6 distinct worlds that circle the Petal Isles, making
Ooh.
a total of 7 areas to explore. Your adventure begins among the tubular
That's kind
hills
of
Pipe
a
Rock
lot.
Plateau. Once you get past the freezing foot of the mountain, you'll be aiming for new heights in Fluff Puff Peaks.
Whoa.
Many trials await amidst the picturesque scenery and radiant cascades of shining falls.
I like it.
Traverse multiple islands.
This
Dive
looks
into the
wild.
sea
I kind of really like
and
it.
spelunk through caves at the heart of the Flower Kingdom.
They always gotta have
Petal Isle.
those
There's
water
also
levels.
an arid desert with white sand as far as the eye can see. An uncanny forest lined with giant mushrooms. A scorching hot world full of molten magma and more.
That's awesome. That's actually
Rich
really
variety of
cool.
courses await in each world.
It looks like there's like a puzzle element, you know? You
Move
gotta...
around the map in each world to select a course.
Classic Mario. I like these overworlds though.
Even
I really
walk
like
freely
them.
through open areas you find.
Cute.
In these spaces, if you're not quite ready to take on a particular course, you can try a different one instead. Play them in any order you like.
Nice. They give us some freedom.
Once you played a course, you can quickly come back to it through the courses menu. It's an easy way to find the ones you want to play again.
They have a lot of like quality of life
Courses,
stuff.
you might
This is
notice
cool.
Some talking flowers.
Yeah. What do these guys
Close
do?
in.
Onward and upward. How'd you get up here? What a pretty sunset.
They'll talk to you, livening up your adventure.
I wonder what Goombas taste like.
They might give you hints.
Wonder if you can get over there.
Is that them saying that in the game? Is that voice
Share
acting?
your water?
With me?
That must be voice acting. That's cool. All right, let's talk about the character.
Besides Mario,
Damn.
you can also play as Luigi,
That looks like
Peach.
there's so many. Right.
Daisy,
Hype.
one of two Toads,
Cute.
and Toadette.
Yo!
They all play the
My
same,
girl,
so go
that's
with
who
your
I'm gonna
favorite,
play.
Or mix it up.
I have to play Toadette.
The
She's
Yoshis and
my
Nabbit,
girl.
on the other hand, won't take damage. They're a great choice if you're looking for a more easygoing experience.
Cute. I
Careful,
babysit
though,
this
they'll
kid,
still lose a
so
life if they fall down a pit,
maybe we
so
could.
watch your step.
He'll be a little nabbit kid.
Additionally, the Yoshis can flutter jump, eat objects, and spit them back at enemies.
Cool. Have you ever been able to like play
Speaking
as a
of
Yoshi
enemies,
themselves
here
in
are
a
some of the
2D
new
Mario
ones you'll
game?
find.
I don't think you can.
Hobbycats will copy the player and jump when you jump.
Whoa! That's a cool
Melon
idea.
Cats will spit seeds from their mouths.
But you can bounce on them?
Condarts will fly at you and stick their beaks where they don't belong. When conchs attack, they'll even plow through goo.
Okay.
Mumsies can be unraveled if you position yourself just right.
Mumsies, that's cute.
Mamas will eat anything that comes too close to their gaping mouths. There are plenty more new enemies for you to discover as well.
This looks great.
Goombas, Koopa Troopas, Boos,
Cute.
Locky Twos, and other familiar foes are also here.
What's up, Nintendo Memories? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Julian?
Next, let's look at the new power-ups.
I
you can
watched your
find.
video, actually, like,
In elephant
Right.
form, make the most of your nose and your
about
size.
the PlayStation thing.
Swing your trunk to attack enemies, destroy blocks, and even do this.
Oh,
In
hype?
this form, you can easily break through blocks and dash across large gaps. See? If you store
That's
water in
sweet.
your trunk and spray it out, who knows what might happen?
Thank you. That trunk sure
That's
is
so
useful, huh?
cool.
It's not just Mario.
So
though.
many, like, puzzle
Luigi,
elements to it.
The Toads,
Oh! Elephant
Peach,
Toadette.
Daisy, and Toadette all have elephant forms as well.
That's so cool.
The bubble form allows you to blow light, floating bubbles. They can be used to capture and defeat enemies from a distance. They'll also drift toward nearby foes. You can take care
That's
of enemies
awesome.
surrounding you in one go. Defeat typically impervious foes and knock out
Oh.
baddies on the other side of walls.
I like this a
You can
lot.
even jump off them, like platforms. Bubbles make it a bit
Nice.
easier to get to those hard-to-reach places.
That'll
Just
make, like,
that.
I
While
love
in
it.
Drill form, you'll get a pretty
Haha,
nifty
that's
drill.
cool.
This makes dealing with spiky or hard-headed enemies a breeze.
That's
Or
very
you
cool.
can use it to drill down.
Oh, that's what I was gonna think.
It
Yeah,
also
that's great.
allows you to burrow and move through the ground. In a tough spot,
Cool. Oh, look at how
Jiggle
badass Peach looks. That's awesome.
you
She
can
looks
even burrow into the ceiling.
like such a baddie.
Whoa! I wasn't expecting company.
Plus, the classic fire form makes a
Classic. Some people were thinking you would like be able to play as
return. You can hang
Donkey
on to
Kong
an extra power-up.
because the oh, that's
Bust
awesome.
out a power-up.
That's like Mario 3, I think.
Or swap them to better fit the situation.
I like it a lot. The wonder flowers.
This is a wonder flower.
Tell me all about it.
Grows in the flower kingdom. It's said they thrive off
What's up,
this world's
Skybound?
mysterious
Welcome.
power
I'm glad you're
and
here.
Release it when in bloom. That's
Whoa.
the power Bowser was after. When you touch a wonder flower in a course, a wonder effect will trigger, causing
Whoa.
some interesting changes.
Ah, causing a bit of an acid trip, chat. That's what they're saying.
A
That's
stampede of
awesome.
Enemies can appear. The terrain may tilt. You could end up in a free fall.
Ha!
Bubbles might bubble up.
This is fantastic.
Your perspective can change.
Oh, we get a dungeon crawler.
Or you might float through space.
Hey,
There are even
Galaxy.
wonders where your character transforms. Mario might become a Goomba
what?
or a spike ball
We saw that in the trailer.
or blow up like a balloon. When you touch
Huh.
a wonder flower, always expect the unexpected.
That's awesome.
Collect a wonder seed and the course will return to normal.
Cool.
Some courses need to be unlocked using the wonder seeds you've collected.
Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. That's a very cool
You
mechanic.
also earn a wonder seed as thanks from a poplin when you clear a course.
A poplin? Is it like poppies but toads? Cute. Badges.
As your adventure progresses,
What is
you'll
this?
unlock in-game badges that change up the way you play when equipped.
What? Like how, chat?
There are a variety of badges, each with its own special ability. Let's go over some of them.
Okay.
Slow your fall with a parachute cap.
Mars on drugs. Yeah.
Enhance your wall jumping abilities with a wall
Cool.
climb jump
They have
badge.
like a whole unlockable thing.
Unleash a burst of speed while underwater by equipping the dolphin kick badge.
This is like their
also bring
version of like a
underwater
skill
blocks.
tree. That's
Charge
awesome.
up a bounding leap with the crouching high jump badge.
This
Shoot
is the
vines
coolest
in
thing
midair,
ever.
And stick to walls with the grappling vine badge. Recover from dangerous drops
I am Medallion.
instantly with
Welcome
the
to the
safety
stream.
bounce badge. Easily find important items using the sensor badge.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Drop
Mario,
in
chill
nearby
out.
moolah with the coin magnet badge.
The moolah.
Become invisible to your enemies and yourself. With
That's
the
kind of
invisibility
insane.
badge.
I don't
You
know if I'll
will
be able to
not
do that
stop
one, but
dashing with the jet run badge. And you can run in the air for a bit. There are many more badges with different abilities, from the convenient to the unconventional.
whoa.
Only one
This
badge
is
can be
so
equipped per
cool.
course. Equip
Okay.
them from the world map or when starting a course.
This is like
Or if you
Cuphead.
don't make it
Cuphead does
through,
something sort
grab
of
a
like
different
this,
badge and try again.
but you buy them with the currency.
Some badges can be earned by clearing special badge challenge courses.
Oh.
Go for it.
And then others, I guess, you buy, and that's the
While others
purpose.
can be purchased from poplin shops on the world map.
There it is.
Be sure to
Okay.
exchange flower coins you collect in courses for badges.
Awesome. So they're giving a reason for the currency, which is great. Local co-op online?
Up to 4 people can play locally on the
Oh,
same Nintendo
that
Switch
is
system.
awesome. 4 people?
Pick your favorite
That's gonna be
character
chaotic.
and
I'll
jump into
totally
the
do that,
adventure
chat.
together.
Ha!
If a player is defeated in local co-op, their character will float around the course as a ghost. If another player reaches them before time runs out, they'll jump right back into action. Your
That's
group won't
dope.
lose a life either. And just so you know, if someone is playing as a Yoshi, you can jump on their back and ride them around the course.
That's
Even if you're also playing as a Yoshi, or if
That's
you're an
so
elephant.
cute. Oh, poor Yoshi. He's about to just... Man is shredded after
If you
that.
connect online, you might see other players on the world map and in courses. These are people from around the world enjoying the game in real
Cool.
time, appearing as live player
So they're like
shadows.
ghost, yeah,
Just
ghost
like in
characters.
local co-op, if you're defeated, you can come back to life by bumping into a live player shadow.
Oh.
Players can send greetings and share in-game items. Even though you won't be playing together directly, You'll get to experience a subtle connection with other players online as you
A
enjoy
subtle
this new
connection?
adventure together.
Interesting. You know, like the
You can
online,
also
this
place a
is
standee
kind of
in
a
a
shitty
course.
online. It's not like, oh, that's
Standees can revive ghosts.
Why is that
place
so
them in
cool?
Not so easy areas and help your fellow players.
cool.
You can
Kinda
purchase
cool.
standee surprises from the Poplin shops to add more to your collection. You never know which standee you'll get. When you come into contact with an online player or their standee, you'll see their username and heart points. These points show how much they've helped other players on their adventure. Reviving
Nice.
ghosts, gifting items,
I-
reaching the goal pole together, and more will earn you heart points.
Cute. So you like working. I just wish how.
While playing online, you also have the option of creating a room to get together with friends.
There it is.
In a shared room, you can see which courses
This
your
is what
friends
we
are
needed.
playing, enter courses together, and even race through certain courses.
Oh, sweet.
Start a
This is
race
exactly
by
what we
hitting the race
needed.
block.
Yes. Chat, who wants to play this with me when it comes out? We'll stream it. I'll make a room. Very cool.
Reaching the goal pole isn't the only way to finish a race, though. In some
Ooh.
courses, you'll need to grab a Wonder Seed or defeat a boss instead.
Oh my god, Bowser Jr. looks
Whether
insane.
you're casually connecting with players from around the world or syncing up with friends for riveting
Awesome.
races,
So
you
what
can
was that whole
enhance your
thing that came
experience
out?
with
That we were like,
online play.
that's so dumb. They were like, there's no online play. That's awesome. There's just so much to this game that I like was not expecting at all. Oh no. I love how unafraid Nintendo has been to get kind of wacky with their things lately. Like, Tears of the Kingdom, this. Like, they're evolving their
Jump into
franchises
the
so well.
unexpected with Mario and Friends.
That's awesome.
When Super Mario Bros. Wonder launches on the Nintendo Switch system October 20th. Plus, a new Nintendo Switch.
I got you,
OLED
Josie. I'll be there.
model,
Okay, sweet.
Mario Red Edition is also on the
Cool.
way.
Oh, that's
If
just
you
like
look
the last
closely,
one.
You'll find Mario and some hidden coins.
Oh, that's awesome.
Nintendo Switch OLED model Mario Red Edition launches October 6th.
I'm really trying to pass that PS2 in sales. Sweet. Okay. I am so pleasantly surprised. I don't know why the color's so different on this screen. I'm sorry. I'm so pleasantly surprised. That was like legitimately very cool. You know? I just feel like I can't even I'm struggling to find the words, I guess. It's just seems very, very good. Like they're not afraid to just go wild with it, and you have to appreciate that, you know? Another reason Switch Pro ain't happening for a while. Yeah, probably. We'll see. They do help you out as well. You help them help. What? It's not even Mario Red either? What do you mean? That is Mario Red. That's what they did. They had just a normal Switch model when I believe it was Odyssey came out in 2017, and it was the same kind of deal. And that was Mario Red. That's what they said it was. It'll be a 10 out of 10. Yeah, that was awesome. I was like, I am kind of blown away right now, chat. How are you guys feeling about the game? There's 76 of you. How are we feeling, chat? I'm gonna play with you. I just have to wait till later in the month so I can get the online because my cousin. I see. Hi, Josie. You're gonna rank all the. No. The badges were a highlight for me. I still question the total runtime. You know, Mario games are never like the longest game. You know, it's probably going to be around 15 hours, and I think that's fine. I don't think every game needs to be like obscenely long, and I think the replayability in this is going to be sort of wild. Oh my god, Super Guy CRT, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. You're a legend. I appreciate that so much. I'm excited for this game. Yeah. It looks awesome. Thank you so much, Super Guy. It's so nice of you. This was a 10 out of 10. Definitely, Julian. Nintendo has never disappointed with Mario. True. love the color palette, right? It looks awesome. Like, I am thrilled with everything in this game right now. I mean, the graphics look great. They reinvented that, and I think that they heard all those frustrations that people were voicing with like New Super Mario Bros, and they completely fixed pretty much all of them. You know, they have really cool graphics. They have new and exciting things. They have all of these things that you just don't expect from a 2D Mario game. I think they're really reinventing themselves, and I think they're getting kind of weird and wacky. And that's what I love about like the last few years of a console. Nintendo is always so like just into just throwing some random stuff out, getting weird and wacky, and like unironically creating some of the best games ever. I love this new Super Mario Bros. Games, but this def feels more inspired. That's what I'm saying. Like I also enjoyed them. Like, I played all New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. I played it on the Wii U originally. I played, Mario Wii on the Wii. That was, like, a staple in my household. Like, I played all those. And I don't have a problem with them. But I think it was definitely time for the franchise to evolve. Whoa, New Super Mario Bros. Is a gem. It is. No, I agree. It's not a bad game, but if they keep doing that same kind of thing where it's just like a really good platformer, but there's nothing new about it, I feel like they lose that drive to evolve and make something really special and different. I'm thinking it's more like 6 to 8 hours, but like you said, definitely replayable. I think it could be around 15. Because, what do they say? They said there's 7 different worlds, and then there's a bunch of levels in between. I mean, it depends. Are you trying to beeline this game? If you're trying to beeline it, yeah, you probably can. But if you're going for all those badges and all the, like, random other side stuff you can do, I feel like that could be part of it. The animations look new and fun. The facial reactions on the characters look charming. Yeah, like, I really appreciate when a company puts a lot into animations and a lot into just making that feel of the game come to life. I've recently fallen in love with Cuphead, and I've realized just the potential that video games have in pushing the visual fidelity and like the animations to a whole new level. So I'm pretty excited for it. Will you play Sonic Superstars when it comes down in price? I'm not going to pay $60 unless Sega wants to send it to me, which would be hype, but I don't know. I don't mind the online multiplayer that's going to be in the game, TBH. I don't think it's bad at all. I think that was a really cool way of doing it, Like, you can still play with your friends. That's all that I care about. Can I play with my friends? Yes. You can even play with random people. And I think that's a really positive step for where Nintendo's starting to take their online. Because it's just, like, they haven't really done anything like that in the past. There will be a lot of secrets in this game. Yeah, I'm sure. I actually like the online thing. They did it. It's cool to still interact and help people. Yeah, it's cute. I'm curious if Wonder Flower's effects are just completely random or if it's by level. That's a good question. I would assume it's by level and it'll oh, that's a good question though, because like if you replay a level, are you going to get a different wonder effect? In my opinion, it wouldn't be like that because they would want to sort of balance it in some way. They would want to be able to like create that level design and make it flow seamlessly within the level itself, but I don't really know. That's a good question. What's up, Ernesto? I'm good. How are you? Welcome to the stream. What's up, the dude? Definitely by level. That's what I'm thinking. There are different Wonder Flowers themed for each world. Okay, makes sense. 2D Mario would work amazingly with Rubber House animation. Yeah. Oh, Rubber Hose. Yeah, I was like, what is Rubber House? Yeah, Rubber Hose. Yeah, that'd be great. Just a normal run. I'm thinking that the individual levels will be slightly shorter than past titles. I'd have shorter run time. It's just... I don't think it's going to be... I don't know. I feel differently. I think it's going to actually be longer because of the effects of the Wonder Flowers. Like, I think that's going to build out the levels a bit more. Instead of just like racing to get to the end, I think it is definitely going to be built out at least a little bit. I mean, I think they sort of know that they have to, and I think that they know that people want more out of these games, and it's not like they're going to deprive people. Like, what does that gain, like, give them? So I think it makes just so much sense for the Wonder Flowers to add like a couple more hours to the game, because if you add it up as a Wonder Flower in almost every level or every single level, that's like another level inside of the already existing level. And if that already existing level is already super short, then the Wonder Flower will at least probably make it the same length as the new Super Mario Bros. Games, you know? I like how your only rule is don't be sexist, because Spawncast has gotten so much of that. Yeah. Well, the comments I get are sometimes like horrendous, so I don't even look at the comments anymore. Honestly, I will occasionally, and I'll scroll, but like for the most part, it's the first hour I look at the comments and then I'm just like, no. And then when they added like rules that you can put in, I was like, yeah, will do. People are already playing Super Mario Bros. Wonder. That's weird. I mean, they might be like lying. I don't know, or they might have gotten like early access codes from Nintendo. That's a possibility. What are you currently playing? River City Girls. I'm excited for the ability to race against friends online. Yeah, me too. Me too. I think just the whole online infrastructure looks kind of fantastic. Like, chat will play it. Nintendo Memories, if you want to play it. Any other YouTubers, if you guys want to play it together, make a fun little vid or be in my video, I mean, I'll totally do it. Nintendo is letting them play it in only like an hour or so, a few levels. Oh yeah, because of the I think they're also going to have it available at the Nintendo Live thing in Seattle. And OJ, Player Essence, is doing that. Let's do that? Okay. I'm down. River Cities Girls can be tough as heck, but fun. I'm having such a good time. I love that game. I'm like 40% through it. It's so good. I have a whole thing coming out about that soon, though. Gerard the Completionist was able to play it. Yeah, I mean, that guy's gonna be, like, on a whole different level, than most creators, too, so I don't doubt it. Do you think there might be a demo for the Switch, like, on the eShop when you download and play the first few levels? I don't know. I kind of tend to think not, because most people know what a 2D Mario game is, and I don't think Nintendo really has to sell anybody on this game. You know? I don't think Wonder will be at Nintendo Live. It's all about showing off what has come before than showing. Yeah, but, like, what would be at that entire event, you know? Like, why would they be having creators and people going to that just to cover old Nintendo games? I mean, granted, that is a very Nintendo thing to do, but I think it'd probably be there. I'm not sure, though. Perhaps a demo way later. Yeah. Yeah, like, maybe after the game's already out, I guess. Like, well, let me think. I mean, they've been doing it with a good bit of their titles, but Pikmin 4, I think that's a game that they need to sell people on, which they're right. And then other stuff, I don't know. Yeah, Nintendo Memory. So let's talk about this now, because so we have this direct for 15 minutes of Mario Wonder, which some people were like, okay, great, no September direct. Personally, I'm like, okay, obviously this makes sense for there to be a September direct. They didn't want 15 minutes of Mario in this September presentation, because they know it's going to piss people off, because those people come to see game and game and game announced over and over again, and if we're stopping the presentation showing 15 minutes of Mario, that's going to slow the pacing. So I think they get this out ahead of time, remind people that Mario Wonder's a thing, and they're super excited, it's coming out soon, put that in there for like a minute trailer or so, and we get a ton of new stuff. I'm totally on board with the fact that we're going to get a September direct. I don't know when. I don't have any insider knowledge. I have no clue. However, I really just like in my heart feel like we need a September direct. And obviously, we have some bangers coming out for the rest of the year. And we have some bangers lined up for next year. So it's not like we're hurting on games necessarily, but I think it'll give them the opportunity to kind of outline their first few months of 2024, show us some interesting stuff. And somebody earlier was asking about Prime 4. Now, Prime 4, I think that I don't think that's shown at this direct. But I think it's happening. I just think it's coming way later and maybe announced in 2024 and coming late 2024. I don't know. But I do think we're probably going to see Metroid 2 and 3. That's just my 2 cents. What's up, Cayman Rider? Xenon, Asher, are you living or just existing? I'm living right now, actually. I'm taking this film class. It's the best thing. It's so fun. My teacher's a maniac. He's the most intense guy ever, but it's like such a good taste of how crazy Hollywood is, and I'm having a really good time. So, it's been fun. Yeah, stuff is going pretty good right now. Yeah, people would have complained if half the direct was one game. Yeah, exactly. And so I think that they see that and they don't want to do that. 100% going to be a September direct, and they're going to need one more big thing. Metroid has got to happen. What else can they do? Nintendo Memories? Yeah, that's true. I think I could see Metroid Prime 3 being like here's my idea. Metroid Prime 2 starts out the direct. They're like, great, Metroid Prime 2 is coming out, shadow dropping today. Go pick it up, right? Then we go to the end of the presentation. Let's skip a little bit over. And they're like, here's our one more thing. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out in like January of 2024. Or not Prime 4. Did I say Prime 4? I meant Prime 3, remastered. That's what I think. I think that's what'll make the most sense. I'm leaning towards more there won't be a direct because they have everything mapped out for the rest of the year. They will have a Mario RPG direct. Yeah, Richard, I can see that idea, but I just think that if we're looking at the history of Nintendo, obviously they've set a precedent that September is when they're going to have a direct. Now, I'm not trying to get everyone hyped up, and if there isn't a direct, I'm sorry. But in my head, it makes the most sense for them. It just makes the most sense, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Nintendo, GameCube Switch Online, since most GameCube games will never get remastered. I don't think we're getting GameCube Switch Online at all. There's no way. My heart sank the moment I saw the linear map again, but was relieved to see that 3D World open part of the map. Yeah, I think that's like how they're probably always going to structure Mario games. But yeah, I liked that ability to like run around at like Mario 3D World. I mean, I think it's a fine system. I never really like had an opinion on like how the system or the map system was laid out, to be honest. Oh. I can see all the hundreds and hearts and like cheers you guys are doing. That's funny. Thank you. GameCube on NSO, no. They have so many games to remaster that it's just not even worth it. You can complete the course of any world in any order. That's great. Yeah, exactly. Their direct for this year will be a highlight reel of what happened at the Nintendo Live event. That'd be iconic. I mean, I don't think we should go in expecting the biggest things, but I do think we can expect some like remasters from the GameCube. I think Thousand Year Door makes a little bit of sense. That's been sort of in the rumor mill. And then I think some random small Nintendo published indie is going to get some time. We're going to get some random third parties. And yeah, like I don't think it's going to be necessarily like a blowout direct, because we sort of did get that with like the direct that announced Prime 1 and Pikmin in June, right? So like I think you can't necessarily expect those things quite yet, but yeah. Mario Bros. Runner of October secured my tick for the weekend on November. December can too if they announce the next Nintendo console. It is not coming out this year. If they announce a new Nintendo console, I will be baffled. Like, that just isn't happening. I guarantee that's not coming out this year. And I guarantee it's not even being announced this year. I really don't think it is. Here's the deal. No GameCube on NSO because they will gladly buy the remasters. Because we will gladly buy the remasters and they know it. Yeah, you're right, Julian. Like, there's just no need for it. And GameCube is like, like, say they do add GameCube. Those games are so massive and so, like, expansive and sort of, they're not demanding, but they sort of are. And for the value of Switch Online for $50 a year, would they not at least hike that up to, like, 60? And then that would cause a lot of uproar and people would be pissed off. And so I think it's just safer for them to not go for that. And maybe the next console they announce, some of the Spawncast guys were talking about how, like, they think it's going to be some sort of DS, which I think would be really hard to do on the Switch, but maybe they sell some sort of attachment or accessory that makes it easier. I don't really know. If they cared about NSO that much, they would have already added a lot more. You know, I think NSO gets a lot of flack, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, it's how I've played so many of their classic games, and it's, like, given me a lot to play, especially in between the major releases that come on the Switch. Obviously, it'd be nice if there was a little bit more, but, yeah. I can also see them adding some, like, weird stuff, right? They have the Genesis. Like, what if we got the Master System or something kind of random? Or, like, I don't, like, what came after the Genesis? Was it the Dreamcast? I don't know, maybe the Dreamcast, something like that. Why did they make Yoshi easy mode? That's true, that was a little, questionable, but at the same time, I like the idea behind it. You know, obviously I wish it maybe had, like, like, when you select it, you can choose. You want easy mode Yoshi or you want normal character Yoshi, but yeah. Don't get me started on subscriptive service. I will spout off. I watched your video today about that, actually. Dreamcast? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think it'll happen, but I think the Dreamcast is more likely to be on NSO than GameCube, to be quite honest. Which I would actually like, because there's all these random-ass weird games that are so specific and niche that people in the Spawncast talk about, like, everyone knows these games, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I was born 25 years later. What are we talking about? What came out on the Dreamcast? What's the Dream... You know what I mean? I know what the Dreamcast is, but I'm just being exaggerating, but you know what I mean? Master System came after Genesis? It did not, actually. It was before. Master System is actually Sega's 8-bit console, my guy. Happens to the best of us, though. You hate to be showed up by a girl, you know? Nobody ever likes that. Just kidding. That was a joke, obviously. Oh, Saturn. Saturn's next. Okay, thanks, chat. Dude, people are pissed. The comment section is a bloodbath. I feel like RGT. That's funny. That's just how it is. People are, like, so insane. I've been gatekept. Sucks to suck. People gatekeep stuff on me all the time, chat. You know, the next stream I want to do is read my crazy-ass comments. Because, like, some of them I don't even know how to process. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do you know how insane you sound? But, like, I'm not going to comment that back because that's just, like, too much work on my part, but it's so insane. Like, I bet you if we looked at my comments right now, you don't really see them, but I see, like, the newest comments that'll give me, like, notifications, and I turn them off on my phone, but it comes up as a little bell thing, and then I'll see some. Usually I skip the shitty ones. But actually, shockingly, the Spawncast comments, at least the ones that I've seen of me, were extremely positive. Like, that was insane to me. Josie, I sort of had a rough idea based off my coworker's personal goal to read 23 books for 23, but instead for films, I film per week. Each month is based off of a director's birth month. That's cool. Yeah. Nintendo DS on NSO. That'd be awesome. YouTube is wild for comments, they are. Have you ever been on a Spawncast ep with Nate? No, but we do a podcast on the Spawncast network called Game and Talk. Shameless plug. Go check it out. We're actually recording an episode of that tonight. Yeah, Nate, RGT, and I do that. It's like a Nintendo-focused podcast. It's a good time. But, like, not the main Spawncast episodes. Because I think he left, like, a week before I came on, essentially. I know Game and Talk, I love it. Well, hype. Yeah, that's what Nate and I do together. I'm also on like a couple Spawncast plays with him. And I don't think they've uploaded the newer one, but that one is cool as well. GameCube are so expensive though, so they'd be great on NSO even with a price hike. Yes, but since they're so expensive, Nintendo can also take those games, remaster them, sell them for $40. You know, like that's $10 extra they could get a year, or so much money that they could get over the span of like a few years. And then you actually own those games. So, and I like the idea of having them physically as well. Super Guy CRT, another one. Holy moly. Thank you so much. I'm ready for another 2D Metroid. Aren't we all? How cool would it be if they announced that they are actually remastering 3DS Samus Returns for the Nintendo Switch? It'd blow my mind, actually. I would be so excited about that because I want to finish all the Metroid games. Like, I want to play all of them, and I cannot get myself to play the Game Boy game. It's so shitty. And I know I'm going to get some asshole comments about this in my comment section, but I don't care because it's like so horrific to play by now standards, and for someone who didn't grow up with it and has immense amount of nostalgia glasses and fog and all this weird shit that goes into how people like hate on people on the internet. Since I don't have that, I think that game is just horrendous to play. Like it's not really doable. But yeah, it'd be cool. What if Nintendo gave away all their games for free? I think that'd be a good idea. Let me tell you about business, my guy. Of course, that'd be awesome for us, but, you know, if you want free Nintendo games, there's ways to get it. GameCube games are difficult to emulate according to the emulators. Ah, interesting. So maybe that's why it is, too. I feel like there's going to do DS next on NSO. Yeah, I think so too. Or they could like really surprise everyone and throw a Virtual Boy on there. How insane would that be? Imagine NSO Virtual Boy service, 10 games, the whole library on your system. I mean, they've never even like released like a collection really of those games, I don't think. So, putting them on the Switch would actually be kind of cool. Game Boy Metroid is rough, yeah. Game Boy games were absolutely more primitive to even their NES and everything. Yeah, pretty much. Best Game Boy game, Kirby's Adventure. Or Kirby's, no, that's the NES game. The best Kirby game, hold on, I'm not even saying anything. The best game on the Game Boy is Kirby's Dream Land. So good. I'm also been on a mission to finish all the Metroid, Prime, Dread, Zero Mission, and Fusion completed. That's cool. I need to beat Zero Mission because that's like really the only 2D Metroid, except for I guess Samus Returns and Samus 2 on the Game Boy that I haven't played yet, and it's just because it's not on NSO. So I needed them to bring it to NSO ASAP. Pikmin 1 or 2 are getting remastered, and it's the beginning of that run of GameCube games. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm super excited for that. I need that physical. I almost bought it digitally, but I was like, no, I just need to wait. I'm gonna buy it physically. Super Metroid remake with Dread's graphic engine. Chill out, man. That would be the coolest thing they could possibly do. Thank you again for the $20 Super Guy. That's so nice of you. But that would be peak. Because there are so many things they can do to that game to modernize it, but they don't really have to change any of the core mechanics. You know, it's not like, it's a pretty okay game. There's just a lot that they could do to improve upon it, in my opinion. But yes, I completely agree. And if they were to remake it in 2023, I'm sure they would do so much to fix most of those issues I had. I never played Kirby on Game Boy. Wasn't into Kirby back then. It's on Switch Online. I kind of recommend it. It's a good time. I made a whole video on it. Love that you're playing the Metroid series. Played Zero Mission and Samus Returns on 3DS. You'll love them. Yes, I need to. Did you do a reaction? No. Hey, Josie, do you think Metroid Prime 4 is getting moved to the Switch's successor? Or do you think that it will be a cross-gen release? Yeah, I said this, on a podcast I was on with Nintendo Memories. He's a YouTuber. Check out his channel. But I think that it's definitely going to be a cross-gen game. Like, it just like makes sense, you know? I don't think it's like signals the end of the life cycle for the Switch either. I don't think there's going to be a hard cutoff. I think once the next system comes out, there's going to be 2 years of overlap. And we've seen it with like the PS4. Sony just stopped putting first party releases on that console. Same with like the Xbox X and all that kind of stuff. So I think that they're going to have at least like a couple years of overlap, but I do think that Prime 4 could totally be the launch title for the next system. I'm not really sure. Hot take, no Nintendo IP on the Game Boy was good enough to be better than Tetris. I mean, Tetris was just like iconic, you know? That's true. Tetris is really good. Tetris on the Game Boy is awesome. I used to play that on my calculator in math class all the time. Good times. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was on 3DS, so Samus Return should come to Switch too. Yeah, hopefully. Right, because they just started this wave of like remastering old 3DS games. And if they keep that wave up, I think we could be swinging. Like, that could be such a good time. Do you think they should have waited to release Wonders for the next system as a launch title? No. I don't think the next system is close enough to warrant them waiting. And I think it's going to drive sales of the Nintendo Switch through the roof. They want to sell more of their current console, and holding a game like that back, like, a new 2D Mario was cool back in the day, but a new 2D Mario isn't really what you launch your system with nowadays. You have to have big, crazy games, and people, even though Mario Wonder's awesome, it's like an awesome addition to an already established console that has an already made 3D Mario. That's just my opinion on it. And it's not because I don't like 2D Mario. I actually, honestly prefer it to 3D Mario in most cases. However, I think that just the general audience is going to see a lot more value in that more exciting 3D game than any sort of 2D game. And that just goes for most of them. And it doesn't mean that 2D games have less merit. It doesn't mean that 2D games don't deserve a $60 price tag. None of that. It just means that like some games gets the general audience more hyped up than others, and 3D Mario is just the definite one to do that. It will be a 3D Mario for the next system, not a 2D one. Yeah, that's precisely. Your take is not unusual. Yeah. Yeah, 2D isn't selling systems anymore. That is also what it is. It's like they have to wait to have that established base, and then they can go in with all those crazy cool 2D games. Which, I will say again, I like more than the 3D ones. You know, I prefer them. But that's just being realistic. As the realist I pretend to be, that I like to think I am, you know, like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Casuals like 2D Mario. Exactly. And they're not, I think they made this mistake with the Wii. They don't really want to sell these games, at first, at least, to a casual market. You know, they want those hardcore Nintendo fans who are going to buy all these, like, really highly impressive games. So, and then, like, you know, more casuals will come along when the price goes down, or when there's, like, models that come along that are cheaper, like the Switch Lite and things like that. Didn't Super Mario Bros. Wii Deluxe 2D outsell Odyssey? I don't think it did. No, it didn't. A 3D Mario title for Mario Kart 9 a 3D Mario title or Mario Kart 9 is an instant system seller for next Nintendo home system. Yeah, I agree, Peyton. What's your top 3 modern Metroid game mechanics wishlist for Metroid Prime 4? Mine would be melee counters, at least. Yeah. I think she definitely needs a melee attack. I also think that they should revamp the map system. I think that it's just a little bit obtuse and it's hard to navigate sometimes. It's a really strange map system they went with, and I understand the idea behind it, but it's something that I personally do not prefer. So yeah, new map, melee, and then I'd put an objective system in there that you can turn on or off In Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, you can turn the objectives, like the objective markers, on or off. And that was super helpful. And I think that they need that in Metroid Prime 4 just to evolve the series a little bit. You know, it's like very obtuse to navigate all through these tunnels, and I get that Metroid is a maze or whatever, and I'm so sick of getting the stupid comments that's like, you just don't like Metroid, you don't understand how Metroid is. Have you played Fusion? Have you played Dread? Those are the two newest Metroid games, and they have not like an objective system, but they give you some sense of direction, and that's really all I want. And especially in a 3D space, I think it's very beneficial to allow for at least the option to have objectives. I just think it makes sense. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, what do you guys want to see? Like, I don't know. That's what I would say. They need to add map pins in Prime 4. Yeah, exactly. I did not enjoy finding the artifacts in Prime 1. Other than that, it was a fantastic... Precisely. Nobody likes the stupid artifacts because it is such an insane fetch quest that nobody understands how you're supposed to do when you're first playing that game. It's just kind of like super insane, and you either wander into it, or you lose your patience, don't get it done, or you look up a guide. And there's no shame in that kind of shit. And the only reason I even did it, or got through it, was because I was playing on stream, and I was like, hey, yo, chat, where am I supposed to go? And luckily, you guys knew where to, like, guide me to, and Nintendo Memories guided me to all these things, and it fully helped me out. But, yeah, if I didn't have that, if I didn't have the chat people, I would have been so pissed off about the whole thing. So, yeah, they just need, if they're going to have fetch quests like that, that's cool. Tell us where they are, or tell us where to go to get the information of where they are, you know, something like that. My favorite Metroid game is Fusion. Mine too. What's up, Pilachu? How's it going? Nope, Deluxe sold 10 million less than Odyssey, but it's been out less time. It's also not a seller like Odyssey is. Odyssey is the big Mario game you get on the Nintendo Switch. Wii Deluxe is one of the 6, you know? People like them. People are excited for them. Most of my casual friends have that game, and it's a good game. But just obviously, and I think we could all agree on this, unless you're really not understanding how the world works, the excitement for 3D Mario is just a whole different beast for the excitement of a 2D Mario. It just sells more. It just does. That's how it works. So that's what they would do. Love your Zelda playthrough. Thank you. Are you planning on playing more Ocarina of Time soon? Yes. So I've been dabbling by myself, and I've had a good time with it. The fucking comments on that video pissed me off so much. So most of my lives are fine and people don't bitch, but sorry, I'm cussing a lot, but it was so annoying. They were like so rude about me like playing the game. And I even said, I was like, oh, this is not as bad as I thought. Like, and I don't hate Ocarina of Time. I've never been like, this game, I hate Ocarina of Time. I hate anyone who likes this game. I think this game shouldn't exist. I think it doesn't hold up well. That's what I've always said. And I think it does sort of reign true, but I'm trying to get through the game. And so I think, for my sanity, it might just be better for me to play through the whole thing myself and then stream, like, the final boss or something. Because I'm just so over the stupid gatekeeper Zelda dweebs who've never seen a female in their entire lives, and they don't even know what to do. They look at me on the screen, and they're like, holy shit, a female? I don't know how to react. I don't know how to even talk to another human being, because I've never been outside of my room. The only girl I've interacted with is my mom, who doesn't even like me, and it's just a whole... Like, it just drives me nuts. All these stupid-ass little gatekeepers. It's like... Why do you feel the need to gatekeep a game, a video game, that in the sense, in the scope of the world, doesn't matter at all? I go outside, and I'm like, hey, what's your favorite Zelda game, to my neighbor? And they're like, oh, I really like Minish Cap. I think that's probably my favorite. And I'm like, you know what? You're an idiot. You have such a stupid opinion, and actually, that's just because you're a girl. That's how you think because you're a girl. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, that's just not how you interact with a person. And because we're online, they think it just doesn't matter. And it's like, it's mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing. Anyways, chat, that's my little spiel. Anyways, it's just crazy. And then they have the audacity to be like, ooh, I didn't like your shirt. And I'm like, did I ask? Did I ever say that I wanted your opinion on my clothing or how I looked ever in my life? Have I ever been like, hey, chat, please tell me how you feel about my shirt? No. I dress for how I want to dress. It's like fucking insane. No, Mr. Joey, I said Minish Cap because that is one of my favorites. And I put that at the top of my Zelda list and people freaked out. So I'm not attacking. I'm being ironic because I did that and I'm just saying what the comments said to me. Anyways. It was super weird. It wasn't even the tier list, Stuart. It was like half the comments on my video on my live. And then some of my mods saw it and they can like delete inappropriate comments and some of them were like fucking crazy, so they just took them down, which I was like, whatever. Just I don't care, and I don't care what I see. But if it's like obviously like insane and disrespectful and like disgusting, which half of them are, take it down. It just doesn't even deserve to get any attention. How dare you wear clothes and like games that you like, the audacity. That's what I'm saying. Games are like art, too. I've said this so many fucking times. Games are an art form. What is art, chat? Say it with me. It is subjective. So how can you sit there and be pissed at my stupid, let me remind you how little my opinion matters. It is a stupid opinion that I might have. And I'll even say, hey, I know this is a bad opinion, but hey, this is how I feel. And somebody has the audacity to be like, ooh, yeah, this is why I think females should never pick up a video game controller. Or, ooh, you're really proving all of the things about females. I don't speak for the females as a whole. I am a female, but it's not like I'm here like, oh yeah, girls actually really love, and it's like, I don't speak like that. I'm not like speaking for all the females. Or they're like, oh, the younger generation. I'm like, dude, you're 40. Get off the internet. Go interact with someone in real life. It's honestly pathetic. I don't even know what to do with it. So insane. So insane. Anyways, that's long story short for why I don't really look at my comments anymore. So if you want me to interact or heart your comment, if you watch the video and drop a comment within the first like hour, I usually will, but after that I just don't even care anymore. I'm just so over it. What I miss? They asked about, we got on the topic of my YouTube comments and they're kind of crazy. Oh, I'm 45. I'm not saying like you guys. Obviously the people here supporting me in chat, you guys being nice, that's not what I mean. I'm saying like the crusty ass 40-year-olds who still live in their parents' basement. And hey, if you live in your parents' basement, save that money. It's fine. But I'm just saying, maybe then don't go out of your way to attack someone who has a different opinion and then bring in, you can not like my opinion. That's fine. But you don't need to bring in, oh, yeah, I don't like her opinion because she's a girl and she doesn't know anything. Yeah, us silly little girls, we have nothing going on upstairs, obviously. Like, what do you mean? Like, how does that even have a remote effect on how I feel about the game? It's not because I'm a woman, I'm like, oh, yeah, I actually don't like this game because of my estrogen. No. And if you're a man, you're not like, oh my god, I love this game so much because of all the testosterone running through my body. Like, it is not like that, you know what I mean? So it's just fucking crazy to me. Yeah. Those guys have probably never talked to a woman before. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm just like, whatever. I don't even care. Can't even interact with it. It's the steroids. Yeah. I actually need to go to the gym after this. Yeah. Anyways, chat, that's my little ranty rant. Sorry. I didn't try to scare anybody. And hey, if you've been leaving comments like that, now you've been called out, so maybe you could just stop before I actually block you from the channel, which is possible. We had to do that with like some guy because he commented on all of my videos and then, which is like, honestly, thanks for the engagement, but it was disgusting. And then he DM'd me on Twitter, Instagram, and Discord and just went on this rant about how bad of a person I am. And I was like, you don't even know me. You don't even know who I am. You know the version of me that I put on the internet. You know the Josie who likes video games, but that's all you know. And if like that makes me a bad person for not dropping to my knees and being like, oh my gosh, I love Ocarina of Time so much. Sue me. Like, I don't even get it. Oh, that's creepy. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, this is fan behavior, buddy. Like, you obviously like me enough to let me take so much space in your head. Like, get me out of there, you know? I don't want to be in there. I hope you scared the right people. Yeah, me too. Are you gonna try Sea of Stars? No, I'm not like a big RPG person, you know? Yeah, I'm not a big RPG person. I like the idea. I love the art style and I like watching other people play those games, but just the grind and the sheer amount of time it takes, like I don't really have time. Like I'm a full-time student. Oh my God, sorry. Like in film school too. Well, like film classes, but basically film school. I'm getting a degree in film, which means that most of my energy goes to being creative for videos like with you guys or like actual short films. And so it's just it takes up a lot of time. On top of which I'm in college. I like to have a life, you know. Not saying people who play that game don't have a life. That's not what I was saying. I'm just like personally it's just too much of a time investment, especially when I have all these other games that I need to like go back and play. It's very weird of that person to go out of the way to do all that. That's what I'm saying. It's just so insane. Robert S. Hey, Joe's excited for Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I assume? I am. I'm very excited. Jose, don't take personal. The internet wears. You're doing great, and that's all that matters. Keep it up. That's what I've realized. At the beginning, when I had like 1,000 subscribers and I was super hyped because I had just hit 1,000, I was like, oh, my community is so sweet, and everybody was really nice. And then I went on the Spawncast. Huge opportunity, amazing people on the Spawncast with me. But goddamn, then there was just an inflection, and I've just had to like come to terms with dealing with it and not like, there's just things you can do that won't make it a problem. I just don't really look at my comments. I don't really, and now like when I see something crazy like that, I usually laugh at it and I send it to like one of the Spawncast people. I'm like, can you believe how insane these people are? But it's not like I don't take it personal anymore, you know? Talk about Starfield. I'm excited. It's still downloading, which is kind of wild. I downloaded it like, well, actually, I think it should have just finished. So, hypothetically, it's done. I still need to buy the $30 thing so I can start playing it, but I'll tell you guys on the Spawncast, okay? I'll be all over it. The Spawn crew are fun, but the chat gets toxic really fast. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Everyone seems to not like somebody on the Spawncast. Well, not like the people there, but the audience people. Like, everybody doesn't like somebody on there. And I'm like, why? Like, what is the point? What's the point of being this negative? I know OJ deals with racist comments all the time. He just blocks them. Yeah. That's like a whole other level too. Like that is just insane that he has to deal with that. And yeah, it's just his people are just absolute idiots half the time. I don't even know. Dealing with narcissistic and sexist chronically online folks sucks, so you have to deal with it. It's okay. I'm fine. Like honestly, I'm in the best mental space I have been in so long. Like I am living life, chat. I'm having such a good time. I'm playing video games. We have a huge news, chat. Way Forward actually sent me the code to River City Girls. Free game. Whoever thought that's where I would be? That was the most exciting thing in the world. Because you guys were all recommending it. And I was like, oh, I'll just reach out to them. And I didn't expect anything of it. Send me a code. Offer to send me River City Girls too. Like, I'm blown away. So that was super exciting. On top of which we continue to grow and have a good time. I have a good time making the videos, you know. you guys all watching this, like, I absolutely appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. It's given me a great, like, network of people. I've met people that I would have never known. I've met people that I've idolized and watched for years, which has been awesome. And then, like, on top of that, in my actual life, you know, living life in where I am, and just having fun being a college kid. My classes are legendary. Like, I'm chilling right now, honestly. But yeah. Not trying to, like, brag. Just saying, like, don't worry about me. I'm fine. That's where I want to be, playing free games. It was crazy. That's why I stopped interacting with Spunkat chat. It's not worth the mental exhaustion. People are just insane there. You know what I mean? You're playing River City Girls 0 right now? Hype? Will you try Red Dead on Switch? I have some trauma associated with that game, so I don't know. Maybe if it comes down in price a bunch. What classes are you taking this semester? I just signed up for it, actually, a screenwriting class, the second screenwriting 2, because hopefully my idea here is I'm going to get 2 degrees, a screenwriting 1 and a film 1. So screenwriting 2, film production, which you just make a short film, like sound in films. So I'm learning all about, like, how to properly balance audio and stuff like that, which is super helpful and actually super helpful for, like, YouTube. Contemporary film, that's just contemporary world film. So I'm learning about films, like, outside of the US and just, like, a lot of, like, films across Europe, which has been really interesting. What else? There's one more. Oh, a math class, but I'm trying to switch into a different math class, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Yep. Cool. Jaden, it seems like we're kind of on the similar vibe, you know? LOL, Josie will have the highest production value of any streamer. They allow you to get these crazy cameras, and I just want to shoot one video with, like, an insane camera and audio setup and just blow people away. And then it's just the one video, and I never do it again, you know? I think it'd be so funny. For real, chat always has smoke for Dream. Yeah, that is crazy. The Dreamcast guy stuff is just, like, stupid to me. I don't even understand it, to be honest. What's your aspiration to be after college? I just kind of want to mess around in the film industry until I find something I really like, and then I'm going to get really good at that, and then do it. You know? I'm good with being, like, a production assistant for a couple years, being a crew member for a little bit, finding what I like in the film industry. I know I want to be in the film industry, I just don't know what. Obviously, I'm going to keep trying to grow the YouTube, see if that's, like, viable. I don't know if I ever want to become, like, a full-time content creator. It just seems a little bit stressful, but yeah, we'll see. That Mario Bros. Wonder review is going to be your shot in IMAX, isn't it? Maybe. Like, I want it to be one, like, a review that, like, not a lot of people are going to watch either. You know, like, maybe I, like, do a Kirby retrospective, because my Kirby videos never do great. So maybe I do, like, some sort of Kirby retrospective, and, like, a couple thousand people watch it, but those couple thousand people are just blown away, you know? What's up, Ian Retro? Welcome to the stream. Let's get 50K subs. That'd be crazy. I don't know. I don't think that would happen for, like, a couple years or something, probably. But yeah, that is the base plan right now, chat. I guess I can stay on with you guys as I drink my energy drink before I work out. Listen, I used to not do this, but the fact of the matter is, I wake up so early for class, and I still go to bed at, like, 12 or 1, so it just doesn't, it's a painful. And then usually I'll, like, nap for, like, an hour or two, but I haven't done that yet today, and I don't think I'm going to have time to. Favorite film? Well, everybody needs to watch Dog Day Afternoon. That's probably the best film of all time. Technically, film is still content creation. It's true. It's true. Different industry, though. And I wouldn't be in the films. I'm more of like, I like being like the support, you know? Like, I used to make films all the time with my cousins, which was stupid and super goofy and random. But I would always film them and direct them and tell them where to be and what to do. And then I edit the whole thing. It was not good because I didn't know anything about it. But yeah. Are you doing more collabs with other channels soon, like Game Explain? I don't know. To be honest, a lot of that stuff happens really spontaneously. It's not like ever super planned. I would love to. If anyone is a streamer or YouTuber and wants to have me on the channel, I would love to. Yeah, I really have no clue. So, yeah, I mean, in the future, I'm sure. Game Explain was an awesome place, and that was like an awesome demographic too, because a lot of the people who watch that channel I think are around my age, like a younger-ish demographic. And it was funny because after I was on there, I was looking at my demographic, and you can see, and what is hysterical is that I have a 96.8% male audience, and there's like 3.2% of female, and it's just the funniest thing ever because I'm like, wow, there it is. But all the females I have that watch me, so kind. At least the ones that I've interacted with in chat. Those ones are cool. But yeah, I mean, I went on Game Explain, and then I looked at my demographic, and you can see the age ranges. And before that, it was like 50% was like 35 to like 50 or something. I think that's the age. I might be a little bit off, but around there. And then after I went on there, it turned to like 18 to like 25 was like 25%. And I was like, we've found them. We've found the sort of same age group. Let's go. Not saying that I don't love, you know, anyone who's here and stuff, and I do, and I appreciate everyone, regardless of age or gender or like sex or whatever. But it was like kind of a cool thing, and all the comments were like super nice. It was bizarre. YouTube is fairly male centric. Don't feel so. Yeah, no, it definitely is, and most people's demographics are sort of around there, so it's cool. It's cool. I streamed to 0 viewers. Keep going. You'll get there. Just takes a while. I would make videos as well. Just streaming usually, if you're starting out, is hard. You need to reach out to What's Good Games. They're all females. That's cool. Gotta review more Barbie games. If this stream were on Instagram, the gender status would be flipped. That's true. Instagram's so weird. So I like use Instagram sort of a lot, just like for the reels, because I think they're fine. And I have like a lot of aesthetic reels, and I really like them. But then I was on like toddler, like Instagram reels for a second, which was weird. It was cute. It was funny. But like all the comments were like, you are such a terrible mom, blah, blah, blah. Like all these ladies ripping each other apart. And I was like, please, can we not build each other up a little bit, women? Let's do it. It was bizarre. Recommendation on a good monitor. Honestly, I have a horrific monitor, so I don't think I could give you a good recommendation. I have the cheapest one you can get on Amazon that still looks okay and is HD. What's up, Teen Real? Yup. All I get are animal vids on Instant now. I get a lot of those too. Thoughts on Samba de Amigo franchise? Is it worth getting the new one? I haven't played it. I think it looked cool. I watched a couple of reviews on it because I was thinking about getting it. If you like rhythm games, I think it's probably worth it. I don't really know. I stay off social media. No need to be on there. YouTube social media, right? I mean, not to the same extent, obviously, but yeah. Fair. I haven't, Brandon. How is it? YouTube is the closest to social media I would go. That's fair. You know what's also really crazy and toxic? Twitter. Or X. Insanely toxic. I just don't even understand it. But it's where I get my Nintendo news. And I like all the people I follow, so I just really try to keep it to people I follow. Do you play Minecraft? I went through a huge Minecraft phase in COVID with all my friends because we got a server together and it was really fun. But now, not really. I dabble occasionally with some of my friends, but other than that, not totally. Twitter's always been like that. Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna reach down and grab my drink. You guys are gonna judge me, but it was on sale, so that's the only reason. But Logan Paul, hello, sponsor me. Do you guys like it? It's pink though. It's pretty cool. I was like, I gotta get the pink one. Plus KSI isn't bad. You know, they're funny. May I recommend a game, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series? I think you might like it. Yeah, I've heard of the Klonoa series. I've been recommended it multiple times. I do need to check it out. It's just I have so much to play. I just don't know when I'll get around to it. But that is on my radar. Prime is good. Yeah. It's pretty decent. Strawberry Maryland is an awesome play. Is that what this is? Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty decent. I babysit this 2-year-old chat. You want to know a funny story? And we were talking, and I said something, and I was like, oh, low key. And I was kidding. But then she was like, low key, low key, low key. And she just kept saying it. And I was like, oh my God. Sorry. Sorry to the mom. Both KSI and Logan are meth to me. That's hysterical. Logan Paul versus Coffeezilla. I mean, it's obviously Coffeezilla. He's a good boxer. Unironically, he's a very good boxer. Both of them are. And I think Jake Paul is a piece of shit, so. That's just how it is, though. But yeah, chat. Overall, I mean, I think, like, Mario Bros. Wonder looks very cool. I'm very excited. I think it'll be a good time, you know. Fought each other, then they made Prime LO. It's genius marketing. It's, like, very smart marketing. Also, if anyone's a creator and you're trying to make it, I don't have very good advice, but my one thing I will say is watch Colin and Samir. They have, like, the best creator YouTube channel out there. Like it is fantastic. So it's like really helped me have the view of YouTube I have now, which has helped me sort of succeed in my own way. So just like if you want to make it, if you want to not make it, but if you just want to get a little bit bigger, grow, and learn how to do that, Colin and Samir are great. Professional Wrestling by Logan Paul really took yeah. There's a lot of games that released that year that I just haven't had the opportunity. That happens to everyone, you know? There's always going to be too many games for everyone to play. Just how it is. And it's a great problem to have. You know, so. I love CSRs so far, but I'm a huge RPG fan, so that helps. Yeah. I loved the art style. It looks fantastic. I just don't know how much, you know, I'm going to love the battle system. I don't know. I don't know. I like to Live Alive. That's probably like my favorite RPG of recent memory. Unless like Zelda counts, which I feel like people are going to get mad at, so I don't know. What's up, Cactus Man? Welcome to the stream. I think if you're creative in general, I think you could make it on YouTube. Yeah. You just got to be creative and smart about like how to market yourself, and thumbnails are super duper important, so make them aesthetically pleasing. Chat. Goatee woe, that's hysterical. That's really funny. Fantastic interviews, they do. I might switch OLED before the Mario one is announced. I'm pissed. No. Yeah, I just got the Zelda one, but I think the Zelda one's much cooler, so I'm alright. Do you watch Mind Pulp? I do not. I don't know what that is. You ever play Binding of Isaac? No, but I watched an entire playthrough of it. It's a cool game. I know a lot about it. Very cool game. Just missed it. I mean, it was like early 2017, or it was like early 2018, late 2017, I think. I don't know. I was in the middle of a lot of stuff then, and I didn't have any money because I was a kid, so it's how it be. Nintendo pronounced Live Alive in their direct, and most people still don't know how to say it. Is it Live a Lot? I don't know. It's Live Alive, right? I don't know. It's a good game. That's honestly, I was thinking about making a review about that game, like, when I beat it a year ago, when I had, like, 500 subscribers, my small, cute little channel, with terrible audio quality. That was an arc for me. But, I ended up not, just because of the way, I was so paranoid about how I was going to say it, because I would watch, like, other people talk about the game, not to, like, get my opinion or anything, but to, like, see how they pronounced it, and everyone pronounced it differently, and everyone in the comments of those videos was fighting each other on how to pronounce it. What's up, John? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Are you building any game collections? Switch. I always build the Switch collection. I'm trying to get every Nintendo first-party game. I don't have it yet, but eventually. That's the goal for the Switch. I'd say the Switch is probably, like, probably, like, the only thing I collect for. Actually, I do have a really, really cool game, but I'll show it in a video. But I bought an NES game, chat. It's Live Alive. I don't know. Okay. Vibe of Vibe. If I ever make a game, that's what it's going to be called. Are you going to play Metal Gear? I don't know. I've never played Metal Gear. I think it's a big gap in my gaming knowledge, obviously, but I don't know. Maybe. I might play it, because then we could talk about it on Game and Talk. And, I can rip RGT apart with how shitty his favorite franchise is. Which I'm sure it's actually not bad. I'm just saying. I'm kidding. Do you have an NES? No. But now, I can acquire the ROM legally. Do you have any retro consoles or handhelds? I made this retro handheld when I was a kid. Or not a kid, but it's over there too. So I made a retro. It's called the Minty Pie. It is awesome. It's a whole retro gaming console in a mint tin, like the Altoids mint tins. It's freaking phenomenal. So that's probably the only thing. I just traded a bunch of games I knew I'd never play, like Astral Chain, Tries Tokyo Mirage, etc. I'm more into platform puzzle game. That's how I am, Jaden. I'm very into platform puzzlers as well. I need to get Astral Chain and Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Yeah. Vibe is definitely your word, Josie. I know. I feel like I should change my channel name to Josie Vibes. But if I ever make a second channel, it's going to be Josie Vibes. Metal Gear was awesome on the NES. Yeah, I heard that game was actually not developed by Kojima, right? Those were like some other person took it, or something weird was happening with those games. I don't know exactly what. RGT does need to be humbled every once in a while. He truly does. Metal Gear series is actually a dope series. I know. I've heard that. And I think it definitely is. I do need to play it. I don't know how yet. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I could get the collection. I don't know if it's worth it. I'm going to wait and like maybe watch a couple reviews, see if it's up my alley. There's a lot of games that are like critically acclaimed that I think just aren't my thing. And that's okay. Like, I'm just not really a JRPG person in the slightest, but this is how it is. Just make the channel now and sit on it. That's a good idea, bud. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Astral Chain is fantastic. I just wish I finished it. My brother got a Switch in like 2019 for Christmas, and that was the game I picked out for him because he likes anime and it looked cool, and it's like he likes those action type games. And to this day, because it was like $30 on Black Friday one year, and I wish I grabbed it for myself too. I still regret that all the time. I don't know. He doesn't really play a Switch much anymore, so I'm trying to weasel my way into getting that given to me for free, but we'll see. Who in their right mind would trade an Astral Chain? It's literally about to record easy. I don't know. Up to people, you know? Despite the hatred for Tokyo Mirage Session being a pop idol theme instead of a true crossover between Fire Emblem and Shin Megami Tensei, I really enjoyed the combat. I've heard it's a decent one. Now, I do want to... I'm going to have every Nintendo first-party game. That is my absolute goal, and it's going to happen. And I will play all of them, just to, like, at least experience them. I probably won't finish all of them, but I will at least play them. I've finished pretty much all of the Nintendo first-party games I have now. So once I get those games, I'll definitely play them. See how I feel. I was thinking about doing like a mass review, or I have a couple other ideas for some cool vids down the line, and we'll get to those at some point. You should stream Cowabunga Collection. You would love Turtles in Time. Yeah, I do need to pick up that collection. I have unfortunately missed it. Shredder's Revenge is like one of my favorite games ever, so yeah. Excited for Mario RPG remake? I'm very excited. I think that's going to be very, very hype. Nintendo first-party games are great to collect. Yoshi's Crafted World is nice. Yeah, I played and beat Yoshi's Crafted World, actually. It's a cute game. That Xenoblade 2 Turn of Physical Copy is going to be... I know, and I saw it in a GameStop like 3 years ago for $40, and I was like, it's Xenoblade. It'll go down in price, and I was stupid 3 years ago, because now I'm like, what was I doing? It was so cheap, like, I should have snagged it then and there, but unfortunately, I did not, so. Nintendo first-party games, oops, sorry, I just read that. Don't forget about Stretchers, I feel like, yes! Yeah, Stretchers is super forgotten. I know. I actually still need to buy that game. That is the only, like, eShop title release that I'm missing. If you guys are looking for fun, random eShop games, Box Boy plus Box Girl is one of my favorite games ever. Like, everyone needs to play that game, in my opinion. Especially if you have, like, a significant other or, like, a best friend. The co-op in that game is unmatched. It's probably the best co-op game I've ever played. Aside from, like, maybe It Takes Two. Also, speaking of It Takes Two, we gotta get a new co-op game going. That was so good. I just want another one exactly like that. So bad. You beat Miitopia? Of course. I put 50 hours into Miitopia. That is my favorite RPG, actually. I take it back. Miitopia is definitely my favorite RPG. I spent so many hours in that game. I love it so much. It's ridiculous. Standard edition of games in Canada is $100 Canadian after tax. That's crazy. Yeah, that is really crazy. Would your brother ever be on the channel? I'm an older brother to a little sister who always wanted to play games, and getting out of letting her play was one of my... That's funny. I don't know. For a long time, he was gonna start a channel because he's really good at video games, and I was like, if I can do it, you should be fine. Because, like, he just plays them very, very well. Like, he's amazing. But the video production side of it, it's, like, it's harder for some people than it is for others. And since I'm studying it, and I've always been really invested in film, it's sort of like my bread and butter. Wow, I said that with such a weird stutter. It's like my bread and butter. And so I think that kind of, like, scared him away from it. I don't know. At some point, he's going to make it. And once his content gets good enough, I'll shout him out. You guys can go find him. And I'm sure we'll collab at some point. Did you play Captain Toad? I did. I love Captain Toad. That's also a really good 2-player game. Would It Takes Two sequel be called It Takes Two? That'd be funny. I never even played it, but it stands out in my mind for whatever. If I had to guess, probably because Nintendo doesn't tend to do new IPs these days. Yeah. He'll be a Twitch streamer and you'll be on YouTube. If Twitch is alive, Twitch seems like it's going down in flames. I streamed on Twitch for a long time, and the system of streaming is much better. Like, they just have a lot of quality of life features. The raids are so much easier, so much better on Twitch, and everyone streams on Twitch. So it kind of sucks because I can't raid some streamers that I love. But it's also like, I built this platform on YouTube. People will watch me here, and I will get, like, at least 60 more people watching me here than I would on Twitch. You know, if I started streaming on Twitch, I'm going to have, like, maybe 20 viewers at the highest, which isn't bad, but it's just not even close to what I'm getting here. And as someone who loves YouTube and who has always been annoyed when my favorite YouTubers only stream on Twitch, I understand it. And I don't think I would ever want to do like the dual stream thing either. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. But my idea with Twitch is that if I'm ever playing a game that I'm going to make a video about the streaming experience with, I might do that on Twitch, because on YouTube it's like, why would you want to watch a video about my experience streaming this game when you could just watch me streaming the game? You know? So that's sort of my idea with it. Not paying people stick with the dual stream. Yeah, or it's like, I'll have all you guys here and like 2 people on Twitch, and it's like, okay, love those 2 people, but honestly, there's not much point to it. Twitch is entirely top loaded. As soon as you can get 1,000 current viewers on YouTube, you're better off streaming. Yeah, exactly. So like, maybe if my Twitch gets there, or like we get super big on here and I have a hard time keeping up with chat or something, Twitch could be a nice place to be like, okay, now I can see what's going on. I'll have my main supporter people there, people who are really nice. We'll come over to Twitch. That'll be where it's at, which would be great. So, like, maybe it's a down the road thing. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Skybound. Keeping a stream glitch-free is hard enough. Hey, tell me the stream hasn't been very smooth. I told you guys the Wi-Fi here is good. There was just a freaking hurricane the night of the Spawncast. And so when my Wi-Fi was going out, everybody was pissed off at me, saying I don't have good Wi-Fi. And I did. It was just the scenario. Twitch only promotes the most popular channels. It's impossible to start on Twitch. Yeah, it is. And some people, like, miraculously, their whole thing is Twitch. Like, they're big on Twitch, and their YouTube presence is really not there much at all. But those same people have been grinding away, streaming hours and hours and hours on Twitch, which is so much time, which I do essentially, I guess, put into the YouTube videos, but I don't know. I think both have their merits. I just think YouTube's, like, when my brother was talking about it, I was like, stream on YouTube. And then I was like, also, I think he just needs to, like, make content. His would be very different than mine is, though. He's a huge PlayStation guy. He likes Xbox too, but he's just always, like, had a PlayStation, and that's just, like, what he plays. I mean, just how it is. And he, like, prefers those types of game. He also, like, random, like, anime games and stuff like that. So it's like, great, you can be the anime streamer guy, but make videos on it so that people actually find you, you know? Your feed hasn't been choppy today. Let's go. That's what I'm saying. The Wi-Fi here is actually so good, so it shouldn't be. What's up, Jay Robertson? Let's go. Blaming it on the hurricane? I feel like it's a fair thing to blame. If there's anything to blame, weather conditions that I cannot control, I feel like that should be acceptable. It must be. It must be. So yeah. But chat, definitely, if my brother actually gets serious about it and gets good at it, I'll shout him out and you guys should go check him out. He's much better at video games than I am. But the content side of it, but there's tons of people who, like, barely edit their videos and, like, barely have any, like, technical video skills and do great. So I think it's just everyone finds their own thing. Both platforms have different avenues to growth and barrier of entry to achieve that. At the end of the day, focus on... Yeah, exactly. The nice thing about Twitch, I will say, there's no thumbnails for lives, which sucks. There's been so many times where I was like, okay, I want to go live today, and then it's like an hour goes by, and after I finally make the thumbnail, and I, like, get dressed up, I take the photo for the thumbnail, and then I make it, it's like an hour and a half has gone by, and I'm like, okay, well, now I don't really have time to stream. So, like, the thumbnail thing makes me so annoyed on YouTube. And I get why they do it. It's just, I don't know. I kind of wish it was more like Twitch, where it was just like a live feed of whatever's going on. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Logan Paul Prime. Yeah. Yeah. Cough RGT cough. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people reuse the thumbnails. I just feel like I can't do that because it's not always consistent what I'm doing. You know? He can do that because most of the time he's going live, he's doing the Spawncast after show. But I'm either playing this game or playing that game, and then I hate the look of the same picture of me, which I thought about doing a couple times. Where it's like, I'll just use the same thumbnail face in like a couple of them. But then, like, when they're stacked up next to each other, it just looks bad. At least, like, me. When other people do it, I seem to not have an issue with it. But I think you just, like, critique your channel a bit harder, obviously. 2/3 of your audience is there because of your charisma and how you project yourself. Thank you, Elias. That's the nicest thing I've heard in a very long time. That's, like, a huge compliment. Thank you so much. I seriously dislike thumbnails. Yeah, I think they're great for videos. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think just when you're live, I feel like I just wish they did it more like Twitch, where it was just kind of a screen grab of whatever's going on right now. And a lot of big streamers like Ludwig, he just like throws up a peace sign or like holds up a controller and something like that, and he has a thumbnail and it's just like a screen grab of his background. I just feel like I have to make mine a little bit more interesting because I'm not quite at that level. You know what I mean? What about the other 1/3? They're there for the content, you know? If they like what I'm talking about, they click on it. That's how I am with a lot of YouTube channels. There's a few people who I will watch regardless. And don't say this to let RGT get a big head, but I've watched RGT for like 5 years, and I've pretty much watched every video he's ever made just because I think he's funny. But don't tell him. I'm just here for the Nintendo passion. I had no intentions of watching the stream, but Josie holds such a good conversation about Nintendo, it was impossible to turn away. Thanks, bud. So nice of you. Thumbnails, other nails. I hate any thumbnail that's trying to emulate Mr. Beast, mainly because I hate how Mr. Beast thumbnails look. So those trying that hard are turning me... Yeah, I think it's, like, hard. I think he has good thumbnails, but people who copy those thumbnails exactly, it's like there's no originality and it feels like there's no personality behind it. So I never click on those videos because it feels like just like, what are you trying to say? Like, there's no personality behind it. Someone who has amazing thumbnails is Ryan Trahan. He has like some of the greatest thumbnails ever. And then like gaming wise, I mean, John Spawnwave guy, he's always had amazing thumbnails from the start. Actually, funny story about him. What is it, like high school, for a solid like 4 years I would watch John every single morning. Like Newswave was my morning news all the time. You can ask like all of my friends because they'd be like, oh, did you hear what happened today? And I was like, no. Did you hear about this new game coming out? And they were like, what? The king of Nintendo YouTubers and emulations. She's saying you like Nintendo YouTubers. I do. I've always watched Nintendo related content. I've never been like super big on watching content for the other consoles. Like if people are multi like if their channel talks about like a multitude of different systems, I usually watch that. Like MBG, like I watch pretty much all of his stuff too because it's like whatever he's talking about, regardless of console, is pretty interesting. But most of the channels I've ever been drawn to are Nintendo related channels, like always. That's honestly like where I got most of the inspiration to start mine, is because I was watching all of these and I would comment because I'd be like, oh, I don't really agree, or I feel this way, or yeah, I totally agree. I think this is like the thing. And I was like, damn, I just got to start my own thing. And I was studying film, and I was like, this will be good for film. Plus, I'll practice all the things I'm learning, which I have, which has been great. But yeah, that was like one of the driving things behind it. I used to watch Switch Force a lot. He was like the main guy I watched for a very, very long time. I don't quite watch him as much anymore, but he's a very cool guy. I mean, he's been through a lot, but I loved his early stuff. I was there very early, like when his brother was on and stuff, which was cool. I think guys in their 40s who wear baseball caps are funny too. RGT's like 38. He's got a couple years. 100% Funwave is the first thing I watch every day. Yeah. Newswave is awesome. That's how I stay up to date on all of my stuff. Because most of these people, not these people, but like most content creators get their news from Twitter because it's just like immediate, right? Immediately things are dropping on Twitter. But I always just wait till the next day and I'm like, what's Spawn going to tell me about today? I watch it every single morning. Spawnwave News is my morning news with coffee in hand and starting my programming session. Yeah, I do the same thing. On my way to school today, I listened to it on my drive, and there was a ton of traffic, so I was able to finish the whole thing. I was like, great. I think you and Wood would have... Dude, that would be crazy. So that guy is, like, the YouTuber that I have watched. That guy is the guy who got me to, like, actually watch YouTube. Because, like, you know, before that, I'd look stuff up, or I'd, like, be like, ooh, top 10 Switch games, top 10 Zelda games, blah, 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 and I'd look stuff up, and then I watched a video of his early. It's probably, like, 5 or so years ago at this point, but I was like, oh, this guy's great, and then I watched all of his stuff because I thought he was super funny, plus the Aussies are hysterical. My, like, friend group, when I was in Florida for a second, all Aussies, best type of people. Yeah, that would be crazy. No, I watch their podcast. I watch every video he drops still to this day. He's just so very good. He's also good because it's not every day. It's like a nice thing. Like when he releases a video, I'm like, Wood dropped a video? I have to watch it. You know? He is like one of the best. I mean, he like one of the best creators in the Nintendo space, at least. Scott the Woz. I watch Scott all the time. I watch all of his stuff. Scott, Stash, anything. My boyfriend actually also really likes Scott, which is good because my boyfriend doesn't really like a lot of like YouTube, which is fine. He just doesn't watch it all the time. But we will sit down and watch Scott for like hours at a time. Robert Wolf, thank you so much for the 99 cent super chat. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. Great style videos. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Spawncast just isn't quite the same without Nate. You know, I never knew it with... I mean, I watched it. I've watched Spawncast for a long time, but... And it's cool. And he always had some like, solid insider info, which was fun, right, for the cast. But I've never been on the Spawncast, I guess, with him. Like, I've been on Game & Talk, where he's great. But life takes priority sometimes, and you just gotta allow that to happen. I think that's what it is. Justice for Nate. Yeah. He's a cool guy. Very cool. Sorry, chat. Sorry for this dead air. I have to text somebody back. Give me like 2 seconds. Wow, this is so awkward, chat. Sorry. Okay, we're done. We're done. Yeah, at least he's able to be on the new content. Yeah, and then he, like, does all the Spawncast Plays stuff, too, which has been fun. That stuff is really cool, because without this, like, network of all of them, and, like, without knowing all of them, it's, like, I wouldn't really get the opportunity to play some of these older games with, like, all these people for content. Like, that's pretty fun. I don't... It's hard to, like, describe how, like, vibey it is, but even if you're having, like, a shitty time, it's just kind of cool. They paywalled Nate. Yeah, if you guys want Nate, check out the Spawncast Patreon, baby. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny, Medallion. Should I buy the early access for Starfield or what? Brandon, I'm struggling with the same thing. So I'm thinking that I have to get it, right? Like, and then it's, I don't know. I think I have to get it so that I can talk about it on the Spawncast, because that's all we're going to talk about. And obviously, I gotta be in on the convo. And plus, this is probably the most excited I've been for a non-Nintendo Switch game ever. So, it's cool. It's Bethesda. I love Skyrim. Skyrim in space sounds great. So, I think I'm going to get it. I just don't know, like, it's $30 extra, right? And so, is that worth it to people? Like, if you think you can wait, if this isn't, like, the most exciting thing for you right now and you think you'll be fine, or if you're busy right now, I don't know if it's worth it just because you could just wait and then it'll be free on Game Pass, you know? Like, free on Game Pass if you already have Game Pass, which is probably the best value service ever, but yeah. Video idea, playing co-op NSO games with another channel, but also eating spicy food like hot ones. I'd die. I'm not a spicy person. I would die. I watched Sonic Has Plays Everybody 1-2 Switch today. I mean, that's a funny one. Yeah, that's a funny one. I'm waiting for the Game Pass release. Yeah, I understand that. You thought, what did you think Starfield was going to be, Medallion? I love the Nintendo dudes ranting about how it's not early access, it's just out. That's funny. I guess it is, like, early access usually implies some sort of beta, which it isn't. They just kind of paywalled it, you know? If you want to pay for it, that's how it be. Girl, I'm going to my first gaming convention in Middlesboro, Kentucky. I'm excited because I've never seen a convention in my entire life. I'm so happy. I'm crying right. That's so hype. I've actually never been to one of those. I was thinking about going to PAX West. I don't know. I've also never been to one. I would do it. I don't know, chat. Would you? So hypothetically, chat, if I went, would you guys like say hi to me? Because that's really the only reason I'd go, is to like interact with y'all. But I don't know. I thought it would be basically No Man's Sky. Yeah. It looked like that. It's very, I think it's like, so the reviews came out, right? And it was very positive, and there were a couple people who were like, it was like 7s or 8s, which is still a good score. And a lot of those like lower scores, which aren't low, but the lower end ones were just because people, like, I think this game is sort of like Minecraft. It is what you make out of it. It's sort of like No Man's Sky. Like, if you're okay with some barren things occasionally, but this like immense world to explore and all of these things to do and constantly things to do, like, this is going to be a good game for you. For me, it's a little bit complicated because I actually get like fairly overwhelmed by huge open worlds sometimes. So like the original Breath of the Wild, I bought it April. Yeah, April. I bought it in April. And then I didn't finish that game until December of 2017. And it was because I was so overwhelmed with like what to do. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom was a different story, and I'm a little bit of an evolved gamer since then. Like, you know, I've gotten a little bit better. But games like Starfield seriously overwhelm me, and I just don't know how I'm going to feel about it. Like, I know I'm going to like it, and I know it's going to be like an objectively very good game. I'm just like intrigued on how I'm going to handle it, because I hope I don't get overwhelmed and I just kind of have like a path that I sort of follow, because that's usually what I need for these huge games. Like Tears of the Kingdom, I did pretty well in that because I kind of just followed the path, and then if something sort of distracted me, I'd be like, okay, let me go do this. And I'd do some smaller things, but I mostly stayed on that path, and that kind of stuff helps me. So with Starfield, I don't really know if there is necessarily a path, but regardless, I'm very excited for it. I think it's going to be a fantastic game, and I know I'm going to like it. These are just sort of my like hesitations, you know, but I'm definitely going to check it out. The face graphics are pretty bad. Oh, really? Are they? I haven't super seen it. I'm shy and introvert. Ignore people in general IRL. One of my best friends is super introverted, but she's such a beast. Like, once you get to know her, it's really funny. What's up? Can I get an... You can't, but welcome to the stream, Pink Bow. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a Bethesda game, so there's definitely going to be some bugs, right? Like, we can't ignore that bugs are going to happen. Just how it is. But still a good game. Like, I'm never someone who lets performance get in the way of how I actually feel about the game running underneath those performance issues. Even games like Scarlet and Violet, I really liked because the underlying gameplay of it was pretty fun, in my opinion. But I can see what would deter people, and I can understand why people don't like those games, of course. Oops, sorry, did I say that too soon? That's funny. Digital Foundry gave a quick impression on Starfield. It's actually pretty polished. Okay, good. Yeah. I think, you know, I'm very, very excited for it. I'm intrigued on how I'm gonna get to it. I think this is gonna be a game where if I ever like talk about it on the main channel, it's going to be like a retrospective-esque review, and I might tie it into some Nintendo franchise. Like, I was thinking about like making. Well, I don't want to tell you guys these videos because I don't want to give them away. But I have some ideas for it. I just it's gonna be like my thoughts on that game are gonna come in like a year or something. I'll tell you guys like how I'm feeling about it in the moment, but or you hear about it on the Spawncast. But it's a massive, massive game, and those kind of games are just kind of crazy to me. That's why I like things like the Marios and the platformers of the world and the small little indie games, because you just get through them, you have a really great experience, and then you're done, and you can move on. And I like that. Josie, tell us your opinion on Zack Snyder's Justice League and why it's the best super... Nora, I don't want to upset you, but I fell asleep during that movie 3 times. I've never actually finished it. The only issue is that it's 30 FPS. The thing is, I'm playing it on the Series S, and performance doesn't even matter to me, like, nearly at all, so I'm going to be fine with it, but yeah, I can understand. Yeah, what's up, Epicness of Awesome? That's a wild name. Well, I'm upset now. I'm sorry. I didn't want to make you upset, but it's just how it be, I guess. Tears of the Kingdom took me months, and while declaring it my favorite game, I'm also happy. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was an interesting one for me because I finished it within like 2 months. But then, well, not 2, in like a month, really. I finished it in about a month. But then I like would go back and play it a little bit and dabble and do some random different things throughout the next like 2 weeks. And then I was sitting down and I was like, I really have to put out a review of this game. Like, I have to, because I had like my impressions. I had some fun little like Tears of the Kingdom videos that I liked, and that was a fun game content wise. Because there was just so much to talk about, and there's so many goofy things going on. It was just like it was a great moment for the internet, I think. But I just, like, when I actually sat down to say how I felt about the game, I was like, this is too good of a game and too, like, expansive of a game to just set down my thoughts, Yeah. Have you heard they're having a new Rugrats game? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I always like cartoon games for some reason. Good time. You know what I'm randomly so excited for? Avatar: The Last Airbender. That game that looks like garbage. I'm so excited. Like, for no reason. But it's so exciting to me. I love that world. I've read all of the comics. I've, like, watched the entire series. I liked Korra, Sumi, but it was a good show. Obviously not as good as the original, but it was a good show. And then they're, like, coming out with a movie. Like, I'm super excited for that. Obviously, hate the live action movie. Obviously, the new live action Netflix thing is stupid to me. But I love that universe, so I'm excited. Agree. It's a great review you did. Thank you. We've all been playing 30 FPS or lower for decades, but all of a sudden that's unplayable. Coincidence now that Digital Foundry puts before no one cares. Yeah. I love Korra. Me too. Listen, everyone has their opinions on Korra. I'm not here trying to be the authority, but I actually love that series. Avatar is actually not an anime because it's a Western animation, but yeah, the animated show. The Blue People, I think, is such a stupid movie. I've tried. I've watched the first one like 6 times, and I don't like it every time. I watched the second one twice with my roommate, who adores it. And we sat there, and I was like, this is shit. And then she was like, yeah, I guess it's actually not as good as I thought. And I was like, I don't know. Yeah, no, I think it's, like, totally fine to want more out of a video game series, right? Like, you can totally be like, you know what? We're at this point where we're paying so much for consoles. We're paying $70 for these games. They're taking years and years to develop. We should be able to expect them to play 60 FPS, 4K 60. But at the same time, I think it's just different for everyone. So for me, I'm kind of like, I don't really care too much. Like, none of that has ever really swayed me on if I'm going to pick up a game or not. It's like, oh, it'd be great if it ran at 60 FPS, but the fact that it's not, that's not going to kill me. And yeah. Avatar's strength is in its visual. Exactly, Skybound. And I'm saying, if they put that in live action, that takes away from half of the appeal of the show. Like, what is the point? What are your thoughts on the PS Plus increase? That's actually a good question. So, yesterday, was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday, put out a video talking about the PS5, how much I loved it, how excited I was to finally get one, blah, blah, blah. Filmed that video about, like, a few weeks ago, right? Like, literally before I moved in here. So, it's been a couple weeks. And I was like, okay, cool game, good game, or cool system, good system. I really like PS Plus. I've been using that a lot. And then, the same day I post that video at 8 a.m., some other tweet comes out from Sony that it's like, yep, we're increasing all of our prices. And they increased the annual one by like 35 or something ridiculous. It's all stupid. I think it's super greedy of them. I think they just want more money and they think that they can charge more and that it's acceptable. But consumers aren't as stupid as the companies think they are most of the time. Because, like, most people are not going to pay that much for this service. It doesn't really offer a ton if you're really invested in the PlayStation ecosystem. Luckily, I bought mine a couple weeks ago, or like a month and a half ago. I bought mine a while ago. So, I'm fine because I'm not going to have to pay that price increase. But for the people who are going to, I think it sucks. I think it's just a bad call, and I think it's very greedy. Sony trying to kill their for real. So they do that, and then before that, they were like PlayStation Portal, which is a Wii U 2.0, which is worse than the Wii U because it's not like an actual console. That thing's stupid as hell. But I don't even have a Steam Deck, so to be honest, I'm just not really interested, I guess, in that market. So, and it's not for like I'm not wanting a Steam Deck. I do want one. It's just the fact that I'm in college, don't really have the funds for that kind of deal. Yeah, no, you can't have Bluetooth either, so then you have to buy their $200 headphones on top of which. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What's up, Shinomi? Welcome to the stream. I have a Steam Deck to emulate. That's why I would buy one. Want to talk about crap? The Nintendo Wii is the king of crap. Does have a lot of shovelware. You came here to fight, Nora. Goddamn. Yeah. If you have a Switch, then other portables are kind of redundant. Yeah. That's what I don't feel the need. And it's not like, usually when I go places, I don't have time to play video games. Or I do, and I always play the Switch games that I've been missing out on. So it's not like I would really be playing this thing outside of here. either. It would be kind of nice for me because I don't have a PC, so I could play more Steam games and access it that way, which would be good, but at the same time, eh. Shinobi says, I know I'm late, but on the discussion, I know I'm late, but on the discussion, but Super Mario Wonder looks amazing. Definitely a day one pickup for me. I agree, Shinobi. It looks awesome. Nora, dude, chill out, man. That's a joke, man. You hella walked in here to fight. Hey, thanks for calling me pretty. You did say that. But if you don't like Nintendo, it's really all this channel is about, man. We walked so Switch could run. That's kind of accurate. I loved the Wii. I also loved the Wii. I grew up with the Wii. I absolutely love that system so much, but... I just want to see Sony go back to their PS4 era shelves where they at least tried to use their other IP more. You know, I'm not plugged in enough to the Sony ecosystem right that I know, like, what IPs they are and aren't utilizing. But I think it always sucks when a company will just sit on their IPs and not really do anything with it. And what I wish so many more companies would do, and especially Nintendo, give your IPs to indie studios. They will make better games than you ever will because they are so much more passionate about these franchises that they grew up with or just love for a specific reason. Like, Cadence of Hyrule. That was an awesome game. That was such an awesome random thing that they didn't need to do, but they did. So why could we not, like, give Donkey Kong, since obviously they're not giving us a new Donkey Kong game, which makes me sad, or maybe they are, but I just want a new Donkey Kong. But give Donkey Kong to, like, Celeste, the people who made Celeste, Give us some cool sort of 2D platformer type deal. I don't know. We need to do Parappa the Rappa. Yeah, I've actually seen that game. That game looks cool. I want new Banjo content so badly. That'd be cool. Yeah, I agree. Honestly, if they keep PS Plus Premium as good as they have done this year, I'm all for it. Little price increase is no biggie. That's how some people feel. I mean, this is like... I feel like talking about prices and stuff for video games is so all over the place because it's also like the price increase in North America, this happens. Does it happen in the other countries or like what's really going on? You know what I mean? I have no problem with shovelware because I ignore it. I have plenty of gems on the Wii, so I have nothing but good things to say about the Wii. That's fair. Yeah. I don't have any of this shit. Well, actually, I had this Cabela's game with this like crazy bazooka gun thing. It was insane. That was funny. That's why I like the Wii. The weird little peripherals plus Guitar Hero. Come on, man. That was so good. I need those to come to Switch. Like, my friend group would go so crazy. And also, the ages of people who grew up with Guitar Hero and those kind of things on the Wii are now my age, and we want to play it again. So give it to us. Activision, do something cool for once. I think a semi-open world Star Fox would be awesome. I agree, Brandon. When I was a kid, games were $70. If anything, games went back up to $70. That's what I've heard. Cause, like, I watch a lot of different content creators, but this one guy, Happy Console Gamer, very great channel, amazing guy. He talks about how expensive the old SNES games were and stuff like that, and I'm just kind of blown away. The Wii library is full of hidden gems. GameCube too, yeah. Yeah. Can you guys hear that? That was interesting. This Prime, man. Wii Guitar Hero guitars are more expensive than gold. They have the lowest Really? I told my family, so when I originally started collecting for the Switch, I was like, don't sell any of our Wii stuff. Don't sell any of the PS3 stuff. Don't sell any of the PS4 stuff. Don't sell any of the Wii U stuff. Like, keep all of it. Obviously, like, some stuff goes down, some stuff goes up. But we have 2 of those Guitar Hero guitars. And my mom was like, let's just at least get rid of the big crap. And I was like, no, that's the stuff that goes up in value. And it has. Bang, bang. Let my friend borrow my 360 with Guitar Hero. His cousin perfected a song and kicked my 360 while I was standing. kicked my 360 while it was standing up. That's awful. Oh my god. Recently tried Guitar Hero for the first time, and it's great. Definitely want to try the Wii game. The Wii Guitar Hero is where it's at. That was peak. That was peak Guitar Hero. Actually, the creators of Parappa the Rapper are making a new game of the same... Oh, that's cool. You hear that, Parappa the Rapper fans? Send it. I was never into Guitar Hero guitar part of it. The drums were the drums! Don't even get me started on the drums, bro. I never had the drums personally, but my friend had them, and we were going crazy. That was the best thing ever. If they would release the drums and the guitar just one more time, just put it on the Switch. I don't care. It's gonna sell. Things sell on the Nintendo Switch, especially shit like that. I'll buy it, and I will recommend it to high heaven. Have you ever played Guitar Hero on the DS? Yeah, with the little, like, attachment. That thing was funny. My brother had it. It would be huge. That's what I'm saying. This is the time for that stuff to come back. Because me, who was 5, grew up with it until I was, like, 10 or 8. You know, I'm like, give me that back. And all of my friends are like, Guitar Hero. And half of them don't play video games. And they would buy another Guitar Hero. You know what I mean? Did you know that Rock Band and Samba de Amigos were some of the only pack-in Wii games that had DLC? That's cool. My brother and I accidentally busted our grandpa's 360 and N64 because we had them on at the same time. Good times. Oh, that sucks. My cousin had a PlayStation 1, and that's where I played, like, all of those classic PlayStation games. That was an awesome time. We played, like, Twisted Metal for so long. Twisted Metal 2, I think. That was a good time. That was probably... Whenever people ask me my favorite PlayStation 1 game, I usually say that or NBA Jam. Because we played NBA Jam for, like, 4 hours that night. And then we did it again the next day. It was that's a good time. I meant physical... I see. Like, a few days ago, PlayStation updated their terms of service and YouTubers were losing their shit, hello? What'd they say? What'd they say? I don't know what they said. Explain. Elaborate. I remember when Guitar Hero debuted for PS2. I was so excited reading the preview in PlayStation Magazine. It was a completely new experience. So cool. So cool. And the Wii works so perfectly with that remote, too. I'm sorry you guys have to hear me drinking this. I feel like it's kind of gross, but I gotta get ready for the gym, you know? We played Tekken 3 nonstop for a year on PS1. I don't know what it was. I think it was Tekken 3, 4. I had one on the PS2 that I played forever. I love that game. That was my first ever video game. The first PlayStation was so awesome. Best console ever, in my opinion. That's fair. I think for the time, it's great. And honestly, I mean, I haven't played a ton of those games. To be honest, I played like 4. But all the games I played were super fun. As someone who grew up end of the Atari, got NES Christmas 1986, yes, games were expensive back in the day, but the difference, my parents used to buy the games, now it's me. That's fair. Do you think the Wii or the PS2 had more fun games? That's a good question. So my first ever, like, console was the PS2, and I loved the PS2, just because of that, but we only really ever played fighting games. And so most of my, like, favorite experiences were on the Wii. The first game I ever beat was Pikachu's Poke Park. That was on the Wii. Mario Galaxy is, like, one of my favorite games of all time. I think, and Wii Sports is just such a classic. I have so many good memories with Wii. Even, like, stupid things like Just Dance, you know? I can just grab a Switch for $200 and be gaming hard instantly. Will you pick up Tekken 8? Yeah, I'm definitely going to try up Tekken 8. The Wii has become underrated. Is it underrated? Do people don't like it? Yeah, I guess a lot of people will discount it, right? Because they'll be like, actually, it's super gimmicky. Didn't have actually the best experiences, but it did. Chat. People grind Sony's they're literally playing 4D chess. PS1 Classic was such a travesty given that library. I bought that. I have one of those. Yeah, that thing kind of sucks. The interface is garbage. I gotta like hack that thing in chat and fix it a little bit. I just love how cheap the Wii is. Yeah, no, it's the system that has not like just skyrocketed, but I think like it's about to, because the GameCube, before the Switch came out, the GameCube like wasn't going crazy, but now the GameCube games are like wild. So I think that's what's going to happen with the Wii. So, get your Wii games now, chat. That's all I'm saying. Anyone else play Skylanders on the Wii? Of course. Of course. That was me and my brother's game. And we were kids, so it was also kind of like a good time because my parents would get it. We'd have it for the game. We'd be super entertained by that. But then we'd also just play with them for like hours. You checking out the TMNT DLC this weekend? I think so. I think I will be. Mario Galaxy wasn't nothing overwhelming. I don't know. I love that game. My wife bought me Guitar Hero on Wii. I had to pretend I liked it since she bought it. In my mind, I said I don't know what to do with this thing. I don't play these kinds of games. That's funny. Bye, Elias. Thanks for hanging out. Growing up in middle school, it wasn't cool to like anything Nintendo. Okay. I loved my Wii. I was told I wasn't a true gamer if I didn't have COD Black Ops 2. Yeah. Yeah. I have some guy friends that are still kind of like that. They're like, oh, you play games? And I don't tell people I do YouTube, right? So they don't really know how intense this is. And they're like, well, at least you play COD. Did you play Warzone? I'm like, no. No, I do not, brah. Do you know that Skylanders was originally developed for the Wii? That makes sense. I think that Toys to Life thing would be like the perfect audience, right? The Wii would be like the perfect Toys to Life audience. Hardcore versus casual gamers. I feel like the Wii had some very hardcore experiences, though. Like, is Travis No More Heroes? Is that, like, I feel like you can't argue that that's a casual game. It's got to be a hardcore game. Xenoblade. All the RPGs. All the virtual console stuff. I'm gonna go have a great stream. Bye, Pink Bow. Thanks for chilling. It was good. Only really Giants and Spyro Adventures play best on Wii. Swap Force and I had Spyro Adventures. That's what I played. What drink is that? It's the Strawberry Watermelon Prime by Logan Paul and KSI. That'd be a good little sponsor spot. They should do it. Just kidding. They don't even sponsor YouTubers at all. I never played Giants. I played the original and Spyro. What is Prime for? I'm gonna go work out, so I need to have some energy. They should pay you. That's what I'm saying. Where's the sponsor spot, Logan? Yeah, I mean, I love the Pro. I played a lot with the Pro Controller on the Wii. Like, a lot. And then on the Wii U, I exclusively played with that Pro Controller. That thing was awesome. So good. It was like so many hours of battery life. You only ever had to buy one. No stick drift, nothing. That was so flipping amazing. That was a great, great, great controller. I need to... Well, and also the Switch Pro Controller, I think, is one of my favorite controllers ever. Like, this thing's awesome. I think that it sucks that it has all that drift and all that kind of crap, and it's obnoxious because I bought like 3 Pro Controllers, right? And it's like, are any of them actually going to last? And that's a little bit annoying. But it's probably my favorite controller ever. I like Rain energy drinks for pre-workout. They sponsor one of my favorite VTuber or YouTubers. Really? Rain sponsors people? Interesting. I drink Rain sometime. I could switch. I can be perused. I tried Lemonade Prime today, and it's really good. It's number 2 behind Bomb Pop. I haven't had Bomb Pop. I like the blue one. Learn to take those apart and replace. So I worked at a tech company for a year in 2018, and I did it all the time. I replaced sticks. I can replace them. It's just annoying that you have to. I already replaced my Joy-Con sticks like 4 times, so I can do it, and it's not that hard. And I'm pretty decent tech-wise with that kind of stuff. Like, I had to take these apart. I had to take an actual switch apart and, like, replace the... Shit, what was it? One of the ribbon cables was, like, frayed, so we had to, like... I don't know, it was a weird... We had to, like, get a new part for it, and, like... I don't even remember specifically what it is, but... I've opened up all that stuff, and it's been cool. I'm lame. I drink Rockstar. Rockstar is kind of nasty in my opinion. A lot of people like it. My boyfriend loves them, but meh. I gotta go. We shall continue this never-ending fight later. Why do we have to fight, man? Let's just be chill. Continue this never-ending chill later. Bye, Nora. I need to learn to do that stuff. I'd love to fix old consoles. So, like, when I made that Minty Pie thing, that retro handheld in a Mint tin, you get a Raspberry Pi, and I had to solder the boards together. I soldered the button PCB to the Raspberry Pi, and then you, like, have to solder all this shit. I did a lot for that, and that taught me a ton. And it was crazy, because I did it first try, and it wasn't that bad, and then I got that job, and then I had to solder shit all the time for that job. We had to, like, fix all these iPads all the time, and the connections would get, like, messed up, so we just kind of solder the boards back together, and it was fine. So, I got decent at doing that kind of stuff. Actually, that was sort of originally when I found Spawnwave, because he had a tutorial, I think, on how to fix a Joy-Con, and, kind of embarrassing, but... Nobody in that company knew how to fix that because the Switch was only like a year old. And so I was like, oh, I'll do it because I'd heard about it. I've watched a bunch of videos, and then I watched his tutorial and did it and fixed it. It's funny. I love unpopular opinions. Yeah. Rockstar forever. Hey, everyone has their opinion on energy drinks. I don't even think any of them are necessarily good. The ones that I like really like are probably like watermelon Rockstars. That's what I'll drink. But I like never really drink energy drinks other than to like sometimes go to the gym, and I'm having them right now because I don't have pre-workout. And I take pre-workout sometimes, but then sometimes I'll go without anything, but then it just feels like shitty, and I feel like I don't do anything. Water's where it's at. Yeah, I usually just drink water, to be honest. In my day-to-day, I don't usually have, like, one of these, but, eh. And then, yeah, like, I have, like, not Rockstars. I have, Red Bulls. If I'm, like, so, if I'll, like, go to class all day, I'll, like, you know, teach swim lessons, go to work all day. And then afterwards, my friends want to go do something or go out or whatever. I'm like, okay, let me pound a Red Bull, and then I'm good for the night. Black coffee, the OG breed. I drink coffee every morning. I drink black coffee every morning. You know what? Does anyone here know the Super Carlin brothers? They have the best effing coffee I've ever had in my life. Like, it is unironically some of the best products in the world. Like, I don't know why, but their coffee is so damn good. They ship it right to you. It's my favorite thing of all time. Yeah, coffee a morning thing, yeah. Energy drinks in general are not good for you. Yes, they are not good for you. However, once in a while, it's not going to kill you. At least, it's not going to kill me. I don't know everyone else's scenario. But I'm fine enough to... Or, if it kills me when I'm 80, whatever. I'm 80. It's time for me to go. I drink Alani like every day. Isn't that one supposed to be okay for you? Like that one's supposed to be better. Everything in moderation. Precisely. Have you ever played Knack? Yeah. My brother got that game. And Knack too. I played both of them. I didn't realize people didn't like those games or like joked about them or thought they were shitty. Me and my brother played it, but you can't like save or something, right? Because I remember we got super frustrated because we would just keep doing the first level over and over and over again. But we were also kids, so we might have just been stupid. I don't know. Knack is such a weird game. It's so random. Okay. Well, chat, this has been a really fun random stream. I didn't know we were going to go for this long, to be honest, but I have to shoot something for the Spawncast soon. Game and Talk coming up for you guys. But, yeah, I think we're going to have to end it here. Thank you for everyone that was, like, hanging out. This was actually a very, very fun stream. Everyone was super duper chill. I enjoyed it, so thank you, thank you. Other than that, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'll see you guys. If I don't, I'm probably not gonna stream before. Yeah, I'll see you guys on the Spawncast. I'll be live over there with them. I'm gonna lock down a streaming schedule. I'm really liking the Thursday mid-afternoon streams, but we'll see. It's been fun. Okay, bye chat. Bye everybody. Bye. Bye Medallion. Bye Bud. Bye Robert S. Bye Cinders. Bye Pie Inside. Okay. Bye.